Hello, I'm Mal Higgins. At Old Donation Episcopal Church, we are the spiritual descendants of parishioners who thought very differently than we do about issues of race. We know that our grounds at Old Donation have not always been so sacred. We know from historical records of our colonial vestry book from the 1700s that our spiritual ancestors and priests and the church itself owned slaves. We know that parishioners fought on the side of the Confederacy in the Civil War. We are undertaking initiatives to educate and inform our congregation and to respond in the present moment to issues of racism in our society.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Kiermeyer. It became apparent to me, participating in and leading Sacred Ground Circles, that how little I knew as a white person about our country's racial history. As many of us said, I didn't know what I didn't know, which stresses the importance of presenting this deeply informative material. So many of our participants ask, what can I do? This program, sponsored by the National Episcopal Church, covers a broad range of issues on racial reconciliation and is a perfect place to start. I'm proud of my parish for stepping forward on so many levels to respond.
Hello, I'm Jim Pernini. At the 78th General Convention, the Episcopal Church affirmed as a top priority the challenging and difficult work of racial reconciliation through prayer, teaching, engagement, and action. Old Donation recognized that one way for the evil of racism to exist is for good people to do nothing. We formed a discernment group to determine how to answer this call to action. It became apparent that the work would involve a long-term, church-wide commitment combined with a strong resolve to address uncomfortable truths. At the group's recommendation, the vestry approved the formation of a new commission dedicated to help guide our congregation through the long and difficult journey of becoming beloved community.
Hi, I'm Dan Reese. Last spring, participants of Sacred Ground began discussions to address what do we do with this new understanding of history? How do we address Old Donation's history of slave ownership? How did Old Donation respond to Jim Crow laws and resistance to the Civil Rights Movement? And how can we empower our grief from what we have learned? As part of our journey, Old Donation has established a scholarship at Norfolk State University, an HBCU, in honor of a woman named Rachel, enslaved by our parish. This scholarship will help to provide an education that many of us take for granted.